All right, if you want to be successful inside the copywriting campus, there's a few pieces of culture, a few of our core values that you need to understand. These are the keys to your success inside of this. You guys are joining this program because you want to make a lot of money. To do so, it's going to require a major transformation of yourselves. And we're talking about that a little bit here, but adopting these core values is going to give you the results you want. Yes, you have to learn the skills. Yes, you have to learn the values. You have to do the work, but it's only after you adopt these core values, these core character traits that I'm about to share with you, that you'll be able to actually achieve what you want to do as you go through the rest of the program, as you start learning these skills, start making money. So it's extremely important that you develop these character traits. Start with the first one. The first one is you pay the price for the success you want. And I've touched on this already, but for every result that you want in life, for every outcome, for the Lamborghini, for the money, for this result, this type of relationship, this type of life, there is a price you have to pay to achieve that, right? Nothing in life comes free. There's no such thing as a free lunch. If you want to achieve something great, something worthwhile, you're going to have to pay with suffering and difficulty. That's why this is valuable in the first place. You are rewarded proportionally to the amount of suffering and difficulty you put yourself through. This is a key concept in life. As you're going through this program, as you're learning, you're going to have to force yourself to overcome your, let's say, initial inclination to run away from hard work. You're going to overcome that. You're going to have to win that battle day in and day out in order to achieve the success that you want to achieve in life. Nothing in life is free. You must ask yourself, what do I want? What is the price I have to pay to get that? And then go out and pay that price, right? You don't get things in life, you earn things. That's how the world works. You want to become the man who is deserving of that result because of the efforts that you put in. As you go through this program, ask yourself, what is it that I want? What is the price I need to pay to get that? And am I willing to do so? And then just go out and do it. Pay the price for the success you want. Extremely important, right? The next thing is this idea of the OODA loop. There's a concept that was developed by one of the greatest Air Force strategists and fighter pilots of all time, a guy named Colonel Boyd. It's called the OODA loop. And he used this framework to defeat any opponent he ever faced in the sky in under 42 seconds. And it goes observe, orient, decide, and act, right? And he said, if you go through that process faster than your opponent, you win. Let me explain what each step means. First, you observe. You look around the world, you observe what's going on, you learn something, you understand how things are going, and then you orient, you attach meaning to the different things that you're experiencing in the world. You make a decision, you say, okay, this is the path of action, and then you turn around and you actually implement that action and you act, right? And as you act, you continue to observe your results and observe the feedback you get as you act. Oh, I tried this and then I got this result, or oh, I sent this email and this thing happened, or you get real-time feedback about what your actions are doing. And as that information comes in, you create a new hypothesis, you create a new idea for what you need to do, you make a decision that's what you're going to do, and you implement it, and you make adjustments that way. You go through the loop quickly, right? As you guys start learning these skills, as you are performing the actions of writing copy, as you're performing the action of reaching out to clients and running sales calls, you need to be going through this OODA loop. And basically that just means instead of just doing stuff, you need to pause every so often and analyze what you're doing, the results you're getting, what feedback you have, and use that to change your plan of action, right? You can't do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. You need to instead keep the OODA loop in your mind, right? Make sure you're observing what you're doing, make sure you're observing the results, and you're changing what you're doing accordingly. Keep in mind, we have a bias towards action in here. You can't really find success the first time. You usually just have to get started. And as you go out and try stuff, and as you fail and as you succeed, you're able to refine your strategy and win. Whenever you're faced with a problem, when you're faced with difficulty, come up with an idea and act on it, and then change based on the feedback immediately. Cut down the time of hesitation and planning. You want to go through the OODA loop as quickly as possible. As soon as you have an idea, you want to act on it as quickly as possible. And then get the feedback to change your idea and act on it as quickly as possible. And you go through this quicker than anyone else and you win. The OODA loop is extremely important. When you're faced with a difficulty, remember the OODA loop. Remember the idea of this framework of testing your way to success, and then turn around and use it. It's extremely important, especially when you start reaching out to clients. You have to go through the OODA loop. You have to be cognizant of what's going on, and you have to change based off of feedback you're getting from the outside world. All right, one of the other core values is be a professional, be a G. And what I mean by this is you need to hold yourself to a higher standard. Most of you guys have coasted through life playing low stakes games. What I mean by that is in business, being successful as a copywriter is a high stakes game. There are huge rewards. You do this right, you make millions and millions of dollars a year, right? There are a lot of people competing for this. In order to win, you must hold yourself to a higher standard. Most of you guys have never competed on this level in your entire life, right? That's okay. To win at this, you have to hold yourself to a higher standard. You need to set yourself a higher standard. You need to act professionally. You need to be aware of the details. You need to be very careful about everything you do. Be deliberate about everything you do. Treat other people with respect. This is a higher stakes game. You got to bring it to this higher stakes game. Keep this in mind when you are acting. As you go through the world, ask yourself, am I being a professional? Am I treating others with respect? Am I holding myself to a high standard? Am I developing the competence I need to win at this higher level? Because you can. This program is designed to help you develop that competence and that level of professionalism as quickly as humanly possible, as long as you trust the process and decide to be a professional, decide to rise to the occasion. This is a huge target. Most people set big targets. They get scared of the targets and they run away. You set a big target and you rise to the occasion. That's what being a professional is. You set a huge target for yourself that's a stretch, and then you force yourself to rise to the occasion through hard work. Outwork your self-doubt, you'll become a professional, become a G. And you'll be able to compete on the highest levels and earn the highest rewards. So be a professional, be a G. And the last one is, here inside the copywriting campus, we live and breathe the top G work ethic of when I am awake, I am working, right? How you invest your time is going to determine your success. So there's more information about this in the next stage, about how to actually deliberately invest your time as you go through this program to be successful. But this is essentially, the key idea here is that most people waste so much of their time on things that don't even matter. They spend their time watching Netflix. They spend their time farting around on the internet. That does not enter your reality as a student going through the copywriting campus. When you are awake, you are working. You take that time that you have and you dedicate it towards improving your life, right? There's always work to do. There's always something you can be learning and improving. There's always work you can do as you go through this process. And again, if you really truly want the result and you're willing to put in the effort, you need to rise to the occasion, become a professional, and realize that the top players are all living by this process. When I am awake, I am working, right? The first thing you should think about when you wake up in the morning is the work you get to do that day to conquer the world and achieve your goals. When you have a free second, you need to find a way to invest it into moving your life forward instead of wasting away into nothing, right? That's what the world is designed to make people waste their energy away into nothing. You need to take all of your time, all of your energy, and focus it on improving yourself and improving your position in this life by doing the work, cramming in more work per human years than everyone else so that you can achieve things that they can't even dream of. So again, to recap, here are the 4 core values. 1, pay the price for the success you want. 2, use the OODA loop to test your way to success. 3, be a professional, be a G. And 4, when I'm awake, I'm working. Live by the top G work ethic. The students that are successful in here are the ones who apply all 4 of these throughout their life. It's to take some time, it's to take some development. But as you do so, this is going to turn you into the man who deserves the success that you are seeking in this program. So let's dive in. It's time to get to work.